Hello, my name is Joe Richter. I'm a real estate broker and an associate broker with Keller Realty. I prepare these monthly reports that are market trend updates for 14 different communities or market segments in the Orange County area from Newport Beach through Irvine, Baker Ranch, Foothill Ranch, Portola Hills, Dove Canyon, Coto to Caza, and Ladera Ranch. Each report looks at a focused perspective on each specific community or neighborhood so that the report can be relevant to your neighborhood and your home values. This report today focuses on Foothill Ranch, detached single-family homes, and in Foothill Ranch that's 1,500 square feet to about 4,000 square feet. We have a data date of 5/1, which means we're looking at the period from January 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2020. First 4 months of the year, and it includes the first full month of the stay-at-home order. We'll be talking about the changes in these trends over the last 30 days. We will be comparing year-to-date status with the prior year-to-date status activity, and we will have some charts that show how things stack up over the last 5 years. Normally our market reports start with a discussion about market type, but because of the stay-at-home order and the situation that we're in, we're looking at we're prioritizing new listings because April being the first full month, it had some impacts on listings and contracting. Not too much impact on closing. That impact will come in May and June and maybe July. As you can see in the blue chart here, the blue line, new listings fell off quite a bit. We'll be discussing that more in a moment. We do normally start with the market type. Are we in a buyer or seller's market? Foothill Ranch is one of the 3 strongest markets of the 30 that we monitor when it comes to consistently being in a seller market condition. Seller market, buyer market is defined by Chapman University as being a buyer's market in Southern California when we have 3.5 months or more of inventory. As you can see, solidly in a seller market. The whole buying and selling process begins with listings, what's available for sale. Here we're showing that there are currently 7 homes on the market. In Foothill Ranch, there were 26 new listings. In the last 90 days, 6 of those are still on the market. There were 4 new listings over the last 30 days. When we want to discuss what is happening in the market, we have to look at 3 things. We have to look at new listings, contracts written, and closings. Those are the key components, the start through finish, if you will, of the buying and selling of real estate. In this case, new listings, as we showed earlier, took a rather sharp decline in April. We have some communities that did worse. One community that did better, quite a bit better. But overall, this is reflective of pretty much everything that's happening in the market. You can see here that puts year-to-date activity down 3%. It was actually in the prior period at the end of March when we were up here, we were up 25%. So we have a 28% drop in new listing status on a year-over-year basis over the last 30 days. Contracts written are the next step. Generally, they follow initiating a listing, making a listing active by 30 to 45 days. There's a wide variance on that, but depending on the market conditions, time of year, that type of stuff, but 30 to 45 days is normal, quote unquote. As you can see here, contracts written took a little decline, but I think that's partially because there was a bunch of inventory at the end of March and a bunch of negotiation going on. So a fairly good contracting month all in all. But in the end, it's all about closings, right? Selling, transferring title, moving out, moving in. As you can see here, closings still were strong. For 4 months in a row, a nice solid trajectory, which if you look at the other lines, pretty unusual. But because we've had the fall off in listings and contracts, closings can only go one way over the next couple of months. Now we do expect a slingshot recovery, probably starting in August. So we may see some client declines, a little bottom, but we're really expecting the last 2 quarters of the year to be strong. And by we, I mean Fannie Mae, myself as a statistician, and others. For sellers, it's always about the price. What's your home value? Well, right now, your home value has only gone down 0.8% on a year-over-year basis. That's remarkably strong, and believe it or not, what we're seeing is it's consistent across the 30-some communities that we monitor, as well as all the networking I do with my fellow agents at Keller Williams. We are seeing prices remaining steady. We are not seeing declines yet. A lot of that is because we don't have a need to offload. Nobody's panicking when it comes to, oh my God, I got to get rid of my house right now. So in Foothill Ranch, the average price for all active listings right now is $852,000. The highest is $875,000, the lowest is $770,000. And that's 7 listings, so you have a very tight little pricing structure in Foothill Ranch. So here's some detail on the closings. There were 18 homes closed over the last 90 days. 8 of those sold below the last list price. 2 of those sold at last list price, and 8 of those sold above last list price. Days on market, DOM, reflects the time it takes to sign a listing agreement, make a listing active on the MLS, and then get to a purchase contract, that marketing time. In this case right now, the 7 homes on the market are averaging 48 days on the market. Prior, all the homes that are in our data here were averaging 33 days on the market. Normal is in the 30 to 45 day range. Inventory is really the key metrics in trying to figure out whether we're in a buyer or seller's market. According to Chapman University, buyer's market begins here in Orange County when inventory levels reach 3.5 months or more, and prices will then start to decline several months after that. In our particular case, we have a unique situation with relatively low inventory, but we didn't have a lot of new listings to increase the inventory. So the thing we need to look at is, where do we stand truly on a year-over-year basis? We're down 62% year over year, April to April, average to average for the first 4 months of last year, average for the first 4 months of this year, and when you compare April to April, we're down 65%. These factors would lead one to believe that we are solidly in a seller's market. As long as a seller doesn't need to sell real quickly, it will take longer to sell today than it would have 45 days ago. So this is a map you can get on our website. The link is below. And it's from the MLS. It's dynamic, so if you click on it today and you click on it tomorrow, you'll get the most fresh, the most recent activity. Everything will be fresh. It's live, fresh off the MLS. On our website, joe-richter.com, you can see that map, and on that same page, it's the active listings. We have pages set up for all of our primary communities. This is what you will see. You can click on any one of these thumbnails and get the detail. These are the current active listings in Foothill Ranch. Days on market, streets, prices, square footages. These are the homes that have closed this year. And this is a chart of the homes that have closed this year.